What's going on, everyone? Nick here with my spoiler review for Chapter 12 of The Mandalorian, titled The Siege. So this is going to be just a quick kind of recap and, my thoughts overall on this episode, where the story is now going, and what I think is going to happen, or at least what's rumored to happen in the next episode. So obviously, spoiler alert here. The episode opens up with Mando after we saw him leaving the water planet Trask in the previous episode, where he met up with Bo-Katan and the Night Owls. Now he's going back to Nevarro to get his ship fully repaired for the long journey to Corvus, on the planet where he's going to meet up with Ahsoka Tano. So obviously when he gets back to Nevarro, he sees that some things have changed, and now that Greef Karga and Cara Dune were left on the planet, they kind of got things back under order after the Imperials came and showed up and took over the planet, and they fought them back and everything. So there's a nice little settlement there. There's a school where kids are learning. Cara Dune acts as the marshal of the town and the settlement, so I thought that was an interesting change of pace. We also saw that the character from the pilot, who was the original bounty that Din Djarin brought in, is now working for Greef Karga to work off his sentence, so that was kind of funny as well. But it turns out that, while Mando's ship is getting repairs, Greef actually needs his help to shut down the last Imperial remnant base on the planet, so that the peace can finally be restored and everything. He doesn't have to worry about the Empire basically hanging around. So that's sort of the gist of the episode, but things get interesting when they actually get to the base and they find out that it's not just like a run-of-the-mill Imperial hideout. It's actually a secret lab where the character Dr. Pershing ties in from the first season. He was trying to get the child and extract something from him for the client. Well, it turns out that he's been working on stuff, and he's been working apparently with midichlorians and test subjects. We see some guys in test tubes and everything, looking like Snoke out of Rise of Skywalker. And, this has a lot of people speculating, okay, is this tied into reviving Palpatine? Is this tied into Snoke? What could this be? Is this something like completely oddball out of left field, where this is going to be like a Star Killer type thing, where the Empire is trying to create Force-sensitive soldiers? We don't really know. We're going to have to see where this all ties in, but it was interesting nonetheless, because it gave some more context on why the Empire wants the child, and what exactly these Imperial remnants are doing out here on this base on Nevarro. The episode also does end with the notion that Moff Gideon now knows where the child is and has a tracker planted on the Razor Crest, so he is presumably in pursuit of Din Djarin, and they're going to meet head to head, maybe in this upcoming episode where he finally meets up with Ahsoka, and that could be like a big, mid-season kind of showdown where all three of them are linked together. Another thing that I actually noticed on the second viewing of the episode, because the first time I watched it on my phone, it was kind of hard to see stuff, but I watched it again on my computer, and I actually noticed that at the very end of the episode, where we see Moff Gideon standing on his ship, and he's looking at stuff like on a hanger rack almost, that he's looking at Dark Troopers, and that was really cool because that's another pull from the expanded universe. Of course, if you guys are fans of Star Wars, Dark Troopers showed up in the old video games with Kyle Katarn, Dark Forces. I think they showed up as well in Rebels and Clone Wars. They were used a little bit differently though, different incarnation of them. So it looks like we're going to be getting live action versions of Dark Troopers on The Mandalorian, which is another really cool deep pull that Favreau and Filoni are bringing to the show. Overall, solid episode, gave us some more developments on the child, Moff Gideon, opened up another pot of speculation on what exactly the Empire is doing with these test subjects, why they want the child's blood, apparently, because it has a high midichlorian count, so he's Force sensitive, and when exactly these Dark Troopers are going to show up. So drop your thoughts down in the comments below. What you guys think of this episode, and are you excited that next week we might finally be getting Ahsoka Tano showing up and a showdown with Moff Gideon? If you guys like this video and you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I drop new content. If you want to hit me up on social media to talk about anything regarding The Mandalorian, you can find me in the links down below. With all that being said, I'll catch you guys next time.